Thank you very much to the Sterling Strings. Let's give them another round of applause. I have the distinct honor to welcome you tonight to Campo Verde's 2021 National Honor Society Induction Ceremony. My name is Shauna Stea, and I'm a history teacher and lucky enough to be the faculty advisor for National Honor Society. We are gathered here tonight to formally recognize 44 students who have been selected by Campo Verde's faculty for successfully completing their candidacy and are being inducted tonight as new members of our NHS chapter. I believe congratulations is in order. Well done. And congratulations to the parents and families of these remarkable young people. Your unconditional love, guidance, support, and encouragement throughout the year is a big reason why your sons and daughters are here tonight. Your efforts have definitely paid off. These students are about to become part of the nation's oldest, largest, and most prestigious student recognition program in the country, which, as a history teacher, I have to tell you this, is celebrating its 101st anniversary. Yay! It's my pleasure to welcome a few important folks who will be taking part in tonight's ceremony. We are pleased to welcome Dr. Krista Cox, our principal, Dr. Sean Janitis, assistant principal, Miss Lauren Eaton, the teacher voted that best represents our 4 pillars of NHS, and Miss Clarissa Monreal, our honorary inductee for tonight's event. Now, before we begin, I must introduce the hardest working officers that I have ever had the distinct honor, I'm gonna cry, and pleasure to work with this year. Our NHS student leaders have been invaluable. They have helped put this whole event together, and I must say I'm very impressed with them. All right, Erin Chow is our president. Choi, I did it, didn't I? Sorry, Erin Choi, I apologize. And Cody Vasquez. Alyssa Cave is our secretary. Trent Taylor is our junior rep. And we also have Luis Galaz, our treasurer. He'll be here shortly as he is leading in our inductees. So, with no further ado, please join me in welcoming our future members of Campo Verde's National Honor Society.
All right, so I promise Miss Stea knows me. She's just infamous with last names. So hello, my name is Erin Choi, and I'm the president of NHS. Thank you all once again for joining us on this special occasion. We first invite the Campo Verde JROTC Color Guard to present the colors, and I will then lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance You may now be seated. Oh, we also invite current member Jade Cousins to sing the national anthem following the pledge.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You may now be seated. Now we would like to invite our CVHS principal, Krista Cox, to offer congratulatory remarks in honor of tonight's inductees, as well as supporters of our new NHS chapter.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody. All right, so I am just first and foremost pleased that we're able to have this event in person and together, because the students sitting up here absolutely deserve to have this recognition and celebration in person so that they can celebrate with one another and have their parents here with them tonight. So congratulations to all of our National Honor Society inductees. To say that this year has been challenging would be an understatement, and I have to be honest that when Mrs. Stea had brought to me the normal qualifications and said, are we keeping true to this for this year, and this is what I want to do, and here's my expectations and the national expectations, and I looked at them and I thought, I don't know, there's been some days over the past year that to get out of sweatpants and get moving have been difficult. And so to look at what was put forth, those of you sitting here today, you know, it seemed like a long shot. And then when I looked at the attachment of names and saw how many of our students were fulfilling those requirements, I was beyond impressed. And so honestly, and I'm looking at those of you sitting here, you guys have accomplished more during a world pandemic than most adults that I know in a lifetime. So if you're doing everything you've done in your short period of high school career, I can't even imagine what you're going to be able to do in the next couple of years here at Campo, let alone what you'll continue to do in your future. So it's a huge congratulations. You guys may not realize the kind of work that you put in at this point, but even compared to other peers that you guys have, you guys really have something to be proud of. So I'm very impressed with your hard work, and just want to thank you guys for that. So today you are being honored for your personal and scholastic success. You should be commended for meeting the expectations set by the national official NHS requirements, as well as Campo's added requirements. Through your efforts, you have helped to define the core values, community, value, honors, scholarship, that CVHS has come up and is known to today as the Campo Way. Thank you for being committed to excellence and making Campo the place that it is. It is my honor to join you all this evening and celebrate this recognition. It leaves me anxiously anticipating what you're going to accomplish over the next couple of years and down the road in your future. Congratulations, and thank you for your contributions to Campo Verde High School. And thank you to all of the parents sitting in the audience, because without you, we wouldn't be where we are, and the students wouldn't be succeeding in the ways that they are. So thank you for helping them make the community service hours, the requirements, their grades. That takes a whole village, and it starts with you. So thank you to the students, and thank you to the parents and guardians that are here with us tonight.
Thank you, Dr. Cox. Our chapter is proud to be inducting these new members with tonight's ceremony and emphasizing the continuing excellence that National Honor Society represents for our school and community. Every year, members of NHS serve as role models for other students on campus. In addition to the strong academic records that establish member eligibility for NHS, our chapter members are also leaders in many student organizations and serve our school and community through various activities. Tonight, we will welcome these new members who will bring new energy in support of our continuing work at NHS. We proclaim to all those in attendance that membership in the Campo Verde High School chapter of the National Honor Society has been earned by these candidates through the effective demonstration of the 4 qualities that serve as pillars for the National Honor Society: scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Our current chapter officers will now review these qualities for the incoming class of candidates and light a candle to represent each pillar.
Good evening. I am Louis Galaz, and I am this year's NHS Treasurer. The definition of scholarship varies from person to person. To me, scholarship encompasses the strive for academic excellence with a thirst for knowledge. It's a devotion to learn and become a master of a subject when there is no prize at the end. After all, its motivation comes from within. To have been selected for NHS, each inductee must earn at least a 3.8 cumulative grade point average. In other words, these students must have earned at least all A's in their classes with a few B's sprinkled in, a feat to not be scoffed at. To achieve this requires time and dedication. It requires scholarship. So when we talk about scholarship, it's more than just your GPA. It's the willingness to learn above and beyond. It is demonstrating when you take on the challenge of an extra honors course or an extracurricular and you overcome the obstacles and early failures that come with it on your journey to self-improvement. You do not have to be naturally gifted in academics to have scholarship, because it lies in the effort that was required to get A's in the GPA that you now carry, but more importantly, the knowledge that you now have. That effort and dedication is what these students sitting in front of me have shown. You do have the drive to learn no matter what the end reward is. With that, I ask the inductees in front of me to continue challenging yourself. You may be halfway through high school, but this is only the beginning of a long life of excellence. By doing our best and striving for the best, everything will fall into place for the dreams that we hold dear in our hearts to become true. Congratulations to our new inductees.
My name is Cody Vasquez, and I'm the NHS Vice President here at Campo Verde High School. I want us all to first start by closing our eyes and envisioning a leader. I'm sure when I asked this, almost all of you thought of famous figures from Winston Churchill to John F. Kennedy to Malala Yousafzai. These figures are among many names ingrained in our minds, synonymous with leadership. The answer to unpacking why these leaders are deemed as such great leaders is within that very question: why? The ability to ask why is one of the fundamental elements of humankind and is the fundamental keystone of leadership. It is a curiosity that is born within every one of us. What makes a leader strong is not a measure of their money, not their ability to speak in front of a crowd, and not the number of votes they received, but rather their ability to richly question the status quo, to effectively communicate their beliefs, and to not only ask why, but to seek an answer to that question in a collaborative way. A leader is someone who not only looks at a problem, but questions why the problem is occurring and mobilizes forces to combat that problem. The idea of a leader has been overused and muddled down to the point that its meaning is almost akin to control. But I would argue the contrary. Leadership is much more than taking control of a situation and injecting your own opinions to make it work. True, effective leaders listen, reflect, and continually question. As an NHS member, you are tasked with being a leader in our community. You display this quality not through rhetoric, but through action. Through community service and academics, you strive to lead others to a future you have imagined. Our world is full of leaders because it is full of people, and people will always be curious. Emulate this curiosity, listen to diverse perspectives, motivate others to be passionate, and one day, when someone closes their eyes to envision a leader, it will be you they see. We are the change we have been waiting for.
Hi, my name is Alyssa Cave, and I am the current Secretary of NHS. A big part of what NHS stands for is service. Service is the actions done by one with or on the behalf of others without any direct financial or material compensation. The students sitting before me today have demonstrated that they have a passion for serving others. Although this service may not be what you think, most believe that serving others is only community service projects. Though this may be the obvious answer, service also includes everyday acts of simple human kindness. This could be holding the door for someone, helping your mom with groceries, or even picking up a small piece of trash on your way to class. These students see a need, and they fulfill it voluntarily. They possess a service mindset. By becoming a member of NHS, these students have agreed to spend some of their time serving their community. Over the next year, they will continue the tradition of not only volunteering to earn their required service hours, but also enjoying the precious time they spend doing so, knowing that they are bettering their community. Whether it's by volunteering at a food bank or tutoring their peers or even committing those little acts of daily kindness, I hope that these students will find the light and satisfaction in knowing that they are making a difference. They have already gone above and beyond this to spread their kindness, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for them. Congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Trent Taylor, the current junior representative of the National Honor Society. I was assigned to talk about one of the 4 pillars of NHS, and I feel like I actually get to talk about the most important one, character. It's said that a person of character demonstrates the following 6 qualities: respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, care, and citizenship. Don't get me wrong, being a leader and achieving high scholarship are pretty cool and all, but what is all that worth if it were to be achieved by someone without good character? Even Dr. Martin Luther King just wanted his children to be judged by the content of their character. In modern times, he would not want children to be valued based on how expensive their clothes are or how popular they are at school. In high school, we're still young and typically value things that aren't really important. It's especially important in NHS character is especially important in NHS in order to better the community and the school as a whole. Being kind to others and serving more than yourself are great examples of strong character. Most of us have had somebody that we've looked up to for most of our lives. Similarly, there are probably people that look up to you, and by setting an example of good character, you're setting up society for a better future. The pandemic has been a great time to serve your community, and the character of many of you has been clearly demonstrated on our campus. Some things you can do include saying hi to someone new, inviting someone who's alone to sit with you at your table, and that's as long as the security guard doesn't yell at you for having too many people there. And finally, just be a good person by being respectful, responsible, trustworthy, fair, caring, and again, welcome to NHS.
While we are pleased to have demonstrated the 4 aforementioned qualities as high school students, we know at times we can often fall short of our excellence. Therefore, we humbly ask our beloved Miss Eaton for mutual encouragement.
Good evening, NHS inductees, continuing members, and soon-to-be graduates and family. I am honored to speak here tonight and be a part of this ceremony that celebrates such a stellar group of talented, bright minds and generous hearts. First, I'm honored to meet the parents and family. You are the villages who have supported these students every step of the way before they rose to the top of their class with that 3.8 GPA, before they became first-chair musicians, starting athletes, and class presidents. You parents have been the ears patiently listening to squeaky hot cross buns renditions on the recorder back in those elementary days, the chauffeurs navigating last-minute runs to Walgreens for trifold poster boards in junior high, and the tempered voices explaining why a little brother shouldn't be taped to a skateboard to test Newton's first law of motion. It's safe to say that raising ambitious and selfless children is no easy task, which brings me back to you students, the purpose of why we're here tonight at this ceremony. We are all here to show our gratitude to you young adults who are duly ambitious and selfless, devoted to scholarship, service, leadership, and character. Especially during a year like this, a year that has been filled with headlines and reports expressing concern over the catching up that students will have to do because of disrupted school year. There has been a lot of discussion about all the experiences and knowledge students have missed because of the school shutdowns and hybrid online learning models. It's a pity to think they won't have the full high school experience, I hear so many say. This cohort will be behind for years, I hear pessimists warn. Unfortunately, COVID has framed your educational experience as a race you are behind in, as a collection of memories that were stolen from you. And I can only vouch from my experiences, but as a teacher who knows many of you, these worries are terribly flawed, based on a premise I can't accept. When I consider the talent and enthusiasm you bring to the legacy of NHS on this campus, I can't help but ask, catch up to whom? Who has set a bar higher, a finish line farther than the journey you have already traversed and will no doubt continue to traverse next year? I want to use this moment to tell you that COVID hasn't made your experience lesser, your knowledge duller, or your outreach shorter. As a member of this NHS chapter, take pride in your greatness, which doesn't come from catching up to some status quo or preconceived notion of normal. Instead, sit here tonight and continue on with your scholarship and service as new members and as veteran members, knowing you have carried more and shared more than normal. When the outreach part of service project became limited, know that your NHS chapter became an example for all of us, proving a virus couldn't quarantine a selfless spirit. Your chapter set up highly personalized one-on-one tutoring sessions here at Campo for peers who needed help transitioning to new online learning models. Your chapter wrapped up abandoned pups in handmade blankets. Your chapter reached across state lines and continent divides to transcribe the Arctic region for the Smithsonian. Your chapter put their brains to work solving puzzles, sending free rice across the world. All this while you also absorbed the fears of loved ones, while you watched lines of worry and grief grow deep on the faces of parents and family members who lost livelihoods and financial security. While you looked tragedy in the eye without averting your gaze, you have buried friends and family too soon. You know the kind of empathy that can only grow from heartache. You know the hunger that can only come from deprivation. And still you are all here because you asked and you continue to ask, what can I do for the community? What shoulder can I lend for someone else to lean on? What better sister, brother, friend, son, daughter, teammate, mentor, worship leader, teacher can I be? What responsibility can I embrace? Which tools can I sharpen so I may carve more opportunities for my peers at Campo, for neighbors in Gilbert, and for strangers beyond? So, NHS chapter, while the world waits for a return to normal, I hope you leave tonight proud to be among the few who are rolling up their sleeves and choosing to create rather than wait, who are refusing to settle for yesterday's normal in pursuit of tomorrow's better. Thank you and congratulations, new inductees.
So before we present the new inductees with their certificate of induction, the National Honor Society wishes to present faculty member Clarissa Monreal with an honorary membership. Ms. Monreal has surely and without a doubt demonstrated all 4 pillars of National Honor Society and serves as a role model for many of our students on campus. She encourages scholarship in the classroom, facilitating an environment where every student can feel true excitement to succeed. She enacts leadership in upholding the high standard for Campo Verde students to excel both inside and outside the sphere of our excellent biomed curriculum. She demonstrates service by always being willing to help her students and always being open to any questions or concerns that her students have about anything. Ms. Monreal definitely has character in spades, demonstrated by how universally loved and appreciated she is in our Campo community, particularly by her biomed students. So with that, I am beyond honored to present this honorary membership to Ms. Monreal on behalf of the National Honor Society to thank her for everything she has done for this school and for this community. At this time, the new inductees will be called up by name to receive their certificate of induction, as well as to be personally congratulated by Dr. Cox, Ms. Dea, and myself. They will also receive a light that represents the light of their knowledge and commitment to the National Honor Society, a 101-year-old organization dedicated to recognizing and encouraging academic excellence. This light will be spread throughout our school and community and will be symbolized in the lighting ceremony.
Tori Barrera. Sydney Blackhurst. Brooke Boyko. Lauren Christensen. Ethan Cohen. Grayson Daniel. Brooklyn DeMar. Cassidy Dole. Ashley Furland. Jasmine Gonzalez. Evan Hankinson. Peter Hilbert. Bryn Hughes. Sydney Jurdy. Macy Johnson. Spencer Johnson. Kristen Cotto. Emma Kessler. Jacob Kogelmeyer. Laurel Lewis. Joey Norman. Isabella Oda. Michael Piscopo. Ella Plussel. Victoria Polson. Mindy Polson. Kylie Props. Hallie Prusy. Brooke Rivera. Bridget Roginski. Ronan Romero. Sarah Sanguini. James Stringham. Andrew Strong. Evelyn Tanella. Brady Tokarski. Everett Valerga. Titus Wolf. Nathaniel Young.
So during COVID times, handshaking is a no-no, so we gave them an emotional handshake. So congratulations once again. At this time, Lewis will be starting the lighting ceremony. The NHS Creed, which can be found at the back of your program, will be read aloud by our future president, Connor Stewart. Afterwards, our future vice president, Narian Janan, will lead members in reciting the NHS pledge.
I believe in the joy of study, delight of the acquaintance with books, the discipline of diligent learning, and the rediscovery of the world, of nature, and of men through an open mind. I believe in character is essential to the highest type of scholarship. I hold that no intellectual achievement, however keen or clever, is worthy of deep respect unless it goes hand in hand with accuracy, reliability, honor, humility, tolerance, and truth. I believe in service, that it is the privilege and responsibility of the enlightened member of any society to minister with kindness and understanding to the needs of the less fortunate in talent and opportunity. I rejoice in the burden of leadership with scholarship, character, and service lay upon me, for I believe that my torch should lift others to lives of greater beauty, richer joy, and fuller service.
Please remain standing and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I pledge to uphold, to which I have been selected for, scholarship to become humble yet bold, leadership to have the spirit of valor, service to give of myself freely, character to stand untarnished. In these I shall prove myself worthy of a place in the National Honor Society. Thank you. You may be seated.
So I'd like to thank our advisor, Ms. Stea, as well as my fellow officers of the National Honor Society for their hard work in helping organize this year's induction ceremony. Please join me in thanking them with a round of applause. I would like to notify the new members that your first NHS meeting will be May 4th after school in the library, so please try your best to start off your membership right and don't miss it. And thanks to your parents, family, and friends for attending our NHS induction ceremony. Refreshments will be handed out at the door for the newly inducted and other attendees. To conclude the ceremony, please once again join me in applauding all of our new National Honor Society members for becoming a part of our chapter. Thank you. You guys are all free to go and get cookies, so